If you are hungry to get your life together, you're in the right place because so am I. I'm in the third month of this 2023 No Spend Challenge, and I'm noticing, of course, that one of those little areas where things can get wacky is around those variable incidentals like food. So I'm coming up with some strategies and some steps that I'm using that have helped me reduce my monthly food budget by $400, and I'm very excited to share them with you. During the pandemic, I didn't go into the grocery store, and I would use the app, and then you drive up and they put it in contact free. And I kind of really started enjoying doing my shopping that way because it really gave me an opportunity to kind of keep an eye on exactly what I was buying and exactly how much I was spending. And so I kept doing it, and then I went back over the course of the year and I had this like complete vision of exactly what it was that I was buying. I think this is a really important step to get a comprehensive view of what I want to buy and what I may not want to buy as I move forward with these steps. As I was looking at all the food that I bought, I started to see some patterns. I started to see that there were some things like my perishables that I would buy every 2 weeks or so. There were other things I would really only need to buy once a month, other things I would really only need to buy every 3 months, and then other things maybe like spices or fancy sauce additions that I would need to buy more than about twice a year or every 6 months. And so I started to put together just a comprehensive list of all the things I bought in each of those time windows to give me an overview of what's working and what's not working. The next step would be to really look at what I'm eating and ask the question, is this working for me? Is this food that is in keeping with my goals, both financially and physically in terms of my health? And what can I change to get me where I want to get in both of those areas? This is the time to kind of decide, well, do I want to go with this eating style, that eating style, another eating style? Do I want to eat more fat, like if I was doing keto? Do I want to eat less meat if I'm doing kind of whole food plant-based? And just decide what eating style really, really works for you so that you can decide the best way to now start to shimmy down that to get maximum benefit and maximum bang for your dollar. I actually eat lots of fruits and vegetables and greens and legumes and grains and all these just wonderful things. I do eat a little meat from time to time, but it's really not a staple in my diet. And I really enjoy eating this way. The food is just really yummy and the food is really pretty. And those are the two big criteria for food. Oh, did I mention it's also really cheap? Another great criteria for food at this part of my journey. Now that you've established what your favorite eating style is, then I would invite you to take just like 5 to 10 recipes that you really, really love and just kind of narrow your focus and keep them there. Then look over that list and see hopefully if they repeat ingredients. I think that that is probably the secret to success in this, where you can take that humble bowl of broccoli and you can do 20 different things with it. Or you can take that simple bowl of rice and you can go in 15 different directions. And I think this is a great way to just keep lots of variety moving through your diet without breaking the bank. I honestly believe that I can make about 50 different meals out of the same 15 ingredients. And that's just awesome. And they meet the criteria. They are yummy, they are pretty, and they are cheap. So now that you've established what your eating style is and you've established what it is that you actually physically want to eat, now you can look back over that list, sort of tweak it a little bit, narrow it down to those top 5 to 10 favorite recipes, and now you're in a position to set yourself a budget. And the budget should include the things that you get every couple of weeks, the things that you get once a month, things you get 3 times a month, things you get every 6 months, to give you a general average of what it is that you're spending on your groceries. Right now, my monthly average is about $200 a month. and it's working pretty well. I might actually end up shimmying that down even more because I'm finding that the things that I'm buying twice a month are lasting me longer than 15 days. And so some of those things might migrate themselves to the once a month column, further reducing my spending. Now that you've established what it is you eat, what your eating style is that best suits your physical and your financial goals, you've established ways that you can shimmy it down into a budget that makes sense for you. Now we've got to figure out a way to track that spending. And there are a couple of different ways to do this. A lot of folks love the envelope method. You just take some cash, put it in an envelope, and you spend. And once the cash is gone, spending is done. Very, very straightforward. Another great one that works, honestly, is just a piece of paper and pencil. You know, you just have your grocery list, walk through the store, write down the amount of each of the items that you want to purchase, and then when it adds up to the amount that you're willing to spend, you move forward. What I do is I continue to do all of my grocery shopping through the app for my favorite local grocery store. And so that way I can see before I make a purchase exactly what my total is going to be. And then I can go back and go, okay, well, I am 50 cents over, so we're going to remove that green pepper. Or we're going to, I went a little bit further than I wanted, so we're going to substitute kale instead of a more expensive green. Or I'll wait until next month to have my kale. So if I go that route, I have to use a credit card. And so what I do is I put everything that I purchase for food into an app in my phone called MoneyBook. It was suggested by a really dear friend, and I really, really enjoy it. I can very clearly see exactly how much money I'm spending on my groceries each month, and this helps keep me right on track. Remember what the goals are. Goal number one when it comes to your food is that it's nourishing to your body, that it gives you joy, gives you energy that you can use to move forward and make more cool things happen in your life. Number two, it needs to be tasty, because if it's not tasty, you won't eat it, and you'll spend more money going to buy something else. Makes sense. Number three, let's be honest, it's got to be pretty, because we eat with our eyes. And if the food on the plate is not smiling at you, you're not going to be invited to eat it. So that's very, very important. And then, of course, we cannot forget, it's got to be cost effective. It's got to fit into the budget that you planned. And then number five, final tip is it must be easy. If you have to climb a mountain every time you prepare a meal, it's not going to work out. So I'm looking forward, honestly, to doing some videos in the future about inexpensive, pretty, tasty, healthy, easy meals to make. I'm going to call it the Eat for Cheap series. And so I'm kind of looking forward to sharing that with you guys in the future. Until then, be well, do well, live your best life, and I look forward to seeing you next time.